welcome back to my channel today. Today it's a beautiful sunny day and I have got a very nice interesting topic for all of you which you would really like to talk about and discuss and really ponder upon sometimes, especially if you publish yourself your books. Now you might be thinking, is self-publishing an easy process? Is it a very smooth route? Are there any obstacles? Are there any bumps on this pathway? Well, I would really like to share, after around 3 years of self-publishing, I would like to share some of the challenges and obstacles that I have faced after publishing around 15 books myself. So, first and foremost, what I think is that when you are publishing your books yourself, that is, you're not taking the aid of a trad publisher or any external help you're not taking, then definitely you have to do many things. You have to wear many hats. You have to not only write a book, but you have to actually be very aware of the style pattern of writing, and in a very general terms, later on we call it as editing. So that is also your hat, being an editor, being a keen observer. Then for that thing, one tip I can give you is that when you write, then you should write it the right way the first time that you write. So editing actually saves a lot of time and a lot of stress, and at the same time a lot of it becomes a very easy process. It is not a difficult process, especially when you pay attention to your writing the first time you're writing. So that comes to the other tip that you should take care of, that give time to the writing process. Yes, if you give good enough time to your writing process, then definitely it'll be a slow process. And the people who are publishing their books with the help of trad publishers, because they have good enough editors waiting for them, so they might be careless and it is not a big deal for them. But if you are careless, it's definitely a big thing that matters a lot. So you have to give a good time. You will be a kind of a slow writer. Then if you are a slow, keen writer, then editing will be easy. It will be quite fast, and that should be the process actually. Slow writing and fast editing, especially for people who are publishing their books themselves. Then there are many gatekeepers in trad publishing actually. But in case of doing it all yourself, you have to keep a good keen check on the quality of the book, and also on many other aspects like plagiarism, and many things count. Almost everything counts. Every small thing counts when you are doing it yourself. The formatting should be error-free. Then you should not be skipping everything. So one tip I can give you in that particular thing is that you should do it with breaks. If you take good breaks, then you can focus better, because you will break the chain of monotony and your flaws will come more in front of you, and you can correct them before anybody else checks you, right? So that is one tip. So it comes with experience. The expertise comes with experience. Then as far as wearing many hats is concerned, you have to wear the hats of marketing, distribution, and all these things, because these things are also very important. So if you have good friends, then you can actually give them some distribute your copies, and they can actually do the review process for you. But generally it's a very rare process when you're doing it yourself. You have to do it actually yourself. Then another important challenge for the self-publishing people, there is marketing maelstrom. If you have good techniques, strategies, ideas, you can make your book stand out. And you have to be very quick in that, especially when the book is published. Then you don't have to wait for people to find out your books. You have to present your book in front of people. I know sometimes it's very difficult to blow your own trumpet, and I'm not telling you to do that. But definitely talking about the book is an art. I learned it very late, so I would advise you to learn to talk about your books earlier the better, especially when you're doing it yourself, because in such a vast ocean of books, it's very difficult for people to come themselves. You have to go to the right people, the target audience, I would say, of your book, and let them know that you have done some work for them. So even the appreciation or the criticism is a later thing, but knowledge of the awareness of the writing part is the first and foremost thing, and that should be done by you. And sometimes it becomes a very daunting task, and don't take it as a stress on your head. The more you'll do, the better you'll get at this thing. So take everything very easy, and don't get panicked if everything comes out or turns out to be very slow, because it is not magical. No magic happens in one night, especially in the books or the people who are writing their books themselves and publishing themselves. It takes a lot of time to actually make out a process for yourself. I'm telling you, make out a process for yourself, because everybody have their own routes, and self-publishing also has many routes. So you have to figure out how you're gonna do it, and it may vary from book to book. Especially, it will be a separate kind of a technique for your fiction book. It will be a separate kind of technique for your non-fiction book. So I would advise you to actually take down steps when you are writing and publishing one book. And actually, you should make SOPs, standard operating procedures, for every kind of a book, every special genre of the book. And that will really help you, when you will do the second book, you can refer to those SOPs and you can tick mark and check yourself what you have done and what you have missed. And with every new book, you can add on and modify and improve on those SOPs. So that is a very good idea if you follow that. That's actually one of the tips. Then talking about the financial investment, well, I'm not in favor of that, because I believe in doing things for free. Because when you're doing it yourself, your financial investment should be minimalistic. It should be almost nil. I know that's not possible, but try to do that way, because that will really help you out and keep you motivated. If it's gonna be too much investment, then the things and the process gonna become very slow. Your quality and the quantity both, your quality may improve, but the quantity may suffer. And for a self-published author, initially the quantity also matters. I'm not saying that with the quantity, the quality should be maintained, and at the same time, the topic is also very important. And then you should not stick to only one particular genre. I feel you should write about multiple genres, because that makes your experience much better, and you can actually learn a lot many things. And with every genre, you can make different SOPs and refer to them when you're writing a book of that particular genre, and do only that particular genre which you feel is you have knowledge about thoroughly. Write a book and give the right knowledge, especially non-fiction, because that's what it matters. And if you write a non-fiction book, it sells much more than a fiction book. That, you mark my words, and that is really what happens, because people do like some great topics written in a wonderful way, and they really appreciate it. I have really experienced that thing in my books, especially my nutrition books. They are very famous in foreign, and I would feel that investing time in writing books and nice books and giving the right knowledge is never, it goes in vain. It always pays off to you. Then there is always a discoverability dilemma, because I told you, in such a vast ocean, you have to work upon to get to your right people, the right audience, your community, your tribe, and you have to actually tell them that you have done something about them. Now, appreciation and criticism is a second part of this thing. First of all, knowledge and awareness comes. Then the roller coaster ride of the reviews. Initially, I would say don't go after reviews, because it takes time for people to discover an author, and reviews is it comes on very later. Now, I've started getting reviews in my third year, so it takes time. Everything takes time, I would say. Don't be panicked or don't get anxious about the reviews. On your first book, you hardly get any reviews, but when you are constantly working, people get to know that you are one of the eminent and dedicated person in writing field, then definitely they would read your books and they would review. And try to give the right information, try to write the book from the heart, and you will get really good reviews. And last but not the least, the challenge that I also face a lot is staying motivated, because you're doing it all yourself. So you have to stay motivated. You have to be excited about, you have to be interested about whatever you are doing. At the same time, you have to be happy about what you're doing. And staying motivated is only possible when you're happy about writing books. So since it's one of my wonderful hobby and I really think it de-stresses me out, so writing is actually putting your feelings out on the paper with a pen. So it really relaxes you. It should motivate you, especially when you're not panicking about the worldly things about writing. I mean to say, the sales, the reviews, the marketing process. Definitely you have to go for them. You have to pay attention to all these things. You have to learn all these things. But then don't panic about all these things. Because I told you, everything comes out slowly. It's not like miracles happening in one night. It never will happen. Never, never. So I gave you the tips along with the challenges. I hope you paid heed to all these things, especially when you're interested in writing. Nothing comes out to be easy. Everything has its own challenges, its own difficulties, obstacles, limitations. And in no way, in today's present world, self-publishing is not at all beyond backside of trad publishing. It's a great fashion. It's great in much in trend. And many great authors, they are self-publishing their books. But at the same time, I would always say keep on learning about publishing world, about writing world, about what's in trend, what's going on around you, how people are liking your books. And okay, I don't say that take reviews or criticism or appreciation on your heart, but it's good if you pay attention and if it can help to improve, if it helps you to improve on your next book. And that happened with me actually. So I would say that do pay attention, not too much, don't take it on your heart, but yes, if it's constructive criticism, it will definitely help you. Then research up to the mark, keep your writing pattern the best one you can do. Take your authenticity and your best expressions out on your paper. Keep on paying attention to your fellow authors, your fellow self-published authors, what they're doing, how they're following strategies, what you can learn from them. Never stop learning, because this is kind of a ocean where the more you learn to swim, the better you can do it. So experience and expertise comes with time, with experience. The more you write, the better you get on it. The more you publish, the better you get on it. So these are the basic challenges. They are definitely not insurmountable. They can be get over by some kind of techniques, strategies, some tips, some self-made techniques, some self-made SOPs. So I wish you all the luck, and I wish that nothing is actually very difficult if you go step by step, but always give time to whatever you want to do it nicely. Don't do anything in haste. It will only be a waste. So give time to your writing process. At the same time, stay motivated for such kind of interesting topics and videos. Do subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to share this video. And see you again in some other topic which I would feel like talking about to all of you. Till then, thank you. Take care. Bye.